Good morning. I think it's still morning. It is. The message for today's live is the depth comes from consistency, or from the consistency. And what I mean by that is how much we can gain from something comes from being consistent with the process. This came from my meditation this morning. I have not been meditating nearly as often as I should, or as I could benefit from. And I've had some situations come up in my house that have driven me to make some changes. These events are beyond what I am tolerant of, and that's okay. We all have our boundaries and our level of tolerance about things, and we should. And when our experience goes beyond what we can tolerate, that's when we start to make change. So it's not exactly why I came on to talk about, but apparently that's one direction that we're going to go today. Also, going with flow is such a beautiful, awesome thing. So depth comes with consistency, meaning that we can learn something and we can gain from that to the extent that we are invested in it. And so, like I said, this morning I meditated. I haven't meditated in a long time. Events lately have spurred me to sit down and actually meditate. And I did some yesterday, and that was really good. And then this morning I had some time and I sat and meditated, and meditated with intention, which I don't often do, other than the intention to gain insight at some point. But meditated with intention, and I went deeper into meditation today than I have in, I don't know, probably a year. It's been a long time since I've meditated that deeply and gained that much from it. And so then, even during meditation, I gained some insight, which does not always happen. And that's okay. It's not meant to all the time. Usually the insight comes later. But I got some ideas for new ways I can help clients, and so that's really exciting. More than that, though, I had the urge to share what I gained during my deep meditation this morning. And as I thought that over a little bit more after I came out of meditation, I realized that that's not actually the message. The message is that I can teach you a lot of things. I know I've gained a lot of knowledge about different metaphysical or spiritual ideas or topics or concepts or beliefs that I just have gained over time through many different avenues, whether it's conversations with other people who work in that realm or think about that, or if it's reading books, listening to videos, meditation, lots and lots of ways I've gained this information. Classes, I've taken classes that have really educated me in a lot of ways. And I would like to bring a lot of that to you, to people who would like to learn more about that. And I can bring that to you, but to get the depth of the knowledge, there is some expectation or some benefit, really, of being consistent in the practice then after you've learned it. And so that's what I'm talking about. I couldn't go into that meditation this morning that I did if I hadn't been meditating over the years. And whether it's consistent meditation, like daily or several times a week, or sometimes I don't meditate for a whole week or so, and that feels pretty rough on my body and my mind. But but we can really, but once you jump back in, that's where my depth came from, is from just the years of experience in it. So, hi Jen, hi Erica. So the message is really having that consistency in a practice or in wanting to learn something. So think about the last time you learned something new. So maybe it was a new program on your computer for work or for fun, you know, or if it was learning about a new topic, maybe it was a class in school, maybe it was your degree, maybe it was just wanting to learn how to do something new that you hadn't done before, cooking or anything. And so as we start out any new thing, we just learn kind of the surface stuff, right? The basics. And we might dive kind of deep into a certain area of the basics, but it's really with that practice and that consistency and that continuation that we get deeper and deeper into it. I can say that with, you know, like our cooking. My husband and I like to cook. We cook things now that we never knew existed before, even at a restaurant or, you know, in the world. And now we are pretty good at that stuff. And it's more of just a basic knowledge to us. Whereas for other people, they had I've never heard of it. Like we make, not that, well, I mean, it is kind of a big deal. We make our own sushi. And, you know, I went years of my life without eating sushi at all. And then we decided, we started eating it at restaurants and really liked it. And then somewhere in there, I'm sure from my husband, we ended up with a sushi making kit. And then we tried it and we practiced it and we looked at videos and we did research and we, you know, and so now we make sushi at home sometimes. And I never would have thought that was a thing you could even make in your own home. So that's what I'm saying. So now that's something that's pretty common knowledge for us. And from there, we've learned how to do other things, make other things. And so that's what I'm saying. So it's the same thing with the stuff that I would like to teach you guys. So I know a lot about meditation, or I think a decent amount anyway. Meditation, spirit guides, intuition, how to heal yourself, doing some just self-healing work. That's a lot of what I did this morning during meditation, was some self-healing that I hadn't played with in a long time. And physically, my body changes from the beginning of meditation to the end. Like at the end of meditation, I sat up and I could just, I hold a lot of tension in my shoulders and I could move, and just so much popping and cracking and relaxation that happened in my shoulders. And that was just from sitting for 10 or 15 minutes of meditation. And man, I felt good. And even during it, I can feel just relaxation, and like I have this one spot that pops probably 4 or 5 times during meditation in it's not even on my spine. It's just kind of in between in a muscle group. I'm not sure what it is that pops, but it feels so good. Thanks, Erica. We do like cooking. It's pretty fun. It's something we really enjoy together. Anyway, that's what else happens when you start to practice things, is you realize what you do enjoy or what you maybe don't enjoy as much, and grow and shift from there. So I know there are a few other topics. I have to go back and look at some different posts that people have, or messages people have sent me about different topics that they would like to learn about. But I'd like to set up some kind of class like structure for some of those things, and allow you guys to experience and play around and practice. Sometimes it's just coming to the class that feels really good and you learn something and you never do it again. And that's okay. I mean, I've taken lots of those classes. Sometimes they show back up in a few months or a few years, and then I think, oh yeah, that's right, I learned that one time, and now I think I could do that and it would apply to my life. Sometimes you learn something at a class and that's it. Like that's the thing that you've been missing. And so you'll have the opportunity to kind of sift and sort through that too. Not everything's for everybody. It shouldn't be. It isn't. That's good. That's the variety we came into this lifetime to experience. Sometimes it's the thing you least expected ends up being the most awesome for you. All right, I think I went on a few tangents there, so there's some things to think about. Comment, message me if you'd like to join in some of those classes that I kind of talked about here. Share this video. You can share it on your news feed. That would be really awesome. But also you can just send it to people, you know, like if it's something that you think someone might be interested in that maybe doesn't follow my page or maybe doesn't see my page. I think I know I have a lot of followers on my page, and I can see how many people see my posts every time, and it is a small percentage of people compared to how many people are on my page. So maybe even if you know they follow my page, you know, send them the message, or you can tag them in the, you know, in the video or whatever too. It's really cool stuff. So I'd really like, my goal really in everything, every session that I do is for people to feel empowered and in control and confident in their own ability to take care of themselves and to know what the next step is to take and where to look for help if they need help, or what answers they need or looking for, all within themselves. I think that's super powerful. I reach out and have people help me do stuff all the time, and that feels really good to get me through some big humps. But for the most part, it feels really good to be able to take care of a lot of my stressors all on my own. And that's really what I want for you too. I don't want you to have to come to me or to anyone on a really, really consistent, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. But all the time. I want, maybe in the beginning, it's nice to have some consistency and seeing a practitioner of some kind to get you moving in the right direction. But ultimately, I don't want you to have to come to me all the time. And I don't go to anybody all the time. I know who I want, who I need when I need them. And then I reach out and I make an appointment and I make that happen. But I want you to be able to do it yourself, because you are that powerful and you really are that great and you really can do it. And that's what I want. And if I could work myself out of a business, awesome. I would be okay with that, because I would know that many people are able to listen to themselves and help themselves and honor their own knowing and intuition and insight, and that would be perfect. So anyway, I hope you're having a great Tuesday, and yeah, enjoy your day. Bye.